Hi there, hope you're well today. I have a book haul for you and it's a lot of books, so I've decided just to play it safe with the time and split it into two parts. So the books you see over my shoulder here will be in part 2, and those are all mangas, so you can decide if you want to watch that or not. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. The first one's actually a book. It's a DVD and one of my favorite series. It's Doctor Who. This is The Enemy of the World, and it stars Patrick Troughton, the second Doctor. Now this is an episode that first aired back in 1968. 6-part episode, and 5 of the parts went missing shortly after its airing. There was a lot of problems with BBC and their record keeping, and episodes back then were either accidentally destroyed or went missing, and they were able to find bits and pieces sometimes from episodes and able to put some episodes back together. But this is a complete one, which is great. I've never seen this one. I'm really looking forward to it. And Patrick Troughton plays 2 different roles in this. He plays an evil dictator by the name of Salamander, and then, of course, the Doctor character. So, the first one I picked up at a used book sale at my library, and this is The Andromeda Strain by Michael Crichton. It's a little mass market. It sold for $1.25 when it came out. This was copyright 1969. This is a 1970 edition, and it's really kind of cool with blue edges. And for a 1970 book, it's in remarkable shape. There's just one crease in the spine where it's split in the middle, but it's basically kind of a science fiction type story about the small town out in the desert in Arizona by the name of Piedmont, where it appears that all the residents have just sort of dropped dead in their tracks, except for one old man and a little baby. That's what I remember from the movie. I saw this quite some time ago, pretty good movie. It's around the 1970s or so. And then they did a remake, which was no good whatsoever. But I'm curious to see how the book compares to it. I've never had a chance to read it, and it sounds really intriguing. The most intriguing thing is when they check the bodies of these dead people, and they cut the skin, sand pours out. Like their blood has turned to sand, so you have to find out what caused that. It's pretty cool. Then I have several middle grade books. I found book 1 in the Beyond the Spiderwick Chronicles series. This is the Nixie song. And this is by Tony DiTrelezzi and Holly Black, the ones who did the Spiderwick Chronicles. There's a little postcard on the back, and it just says, think life here is all fun in the sun? Think again. It used to be pretty okay, but then I got this loser freak of a stepsister, and she didn't come alone. She brought this big, stupid book about fairies. She said they were real, but did I believe her? No. I said it was all fake. Boy, was I wrong. Now there are fairies everywhere. Everywhere. And they're not going away unless we help them. Crap. So, sounds like a lot of fun, just like the original series. It's really nicely bound books, and the deckled edges, and they're full of illustrations. Color one in the front, and then throughout the book, at the beginning of chapters and stuff, there are these, like a map, and then there's a black and white illustration, usually at the beginning of the chapters. It's really, really nice books, really quick reads, and a lot of fun. Then, from Quirk Press, I picked up book 3 in the Tales from Lovecraft Middle School. Love these covers. Super cool. It's about this one kid who ends up, they kind of redistrict the schools in his area, and he ends up having to go to a new school. And the only other person that he knows from his old school is a bully that kind of ends up at the same place. Lucky him, right? But they end up becoming friends, and they end up discovering a lot of weird things at this school amongst the fellow classmates and teachers. Really fun series. Again, these are also full of illustrations throughout. Really nice. And just a lot of fun, really good quick reads. And then I also picked up book 4, which is Substitute Creature. Love the holograms on these. They're just total fun. So, yeah, picked up those 2. And then I also picked up another middle grade book that I wanted to follow up in the series. This is Gustaf Gloom and the Nightmare Vault. And this is by Adam Troy Castro. They have really cool covers on these. They have like a picture inside and so this hollow thing, and they all seem to be that way in the hardcovers. The book just says, Gustaf Gloom, do you know where your shadow is? Gustaf Gloom's neighbors think he is the unhappiest little boy in the world, but what they don't know is that the strange, dark house Gustaf lives in is filled with more wonders and mysteries than could ever be explained. But explained is exactly what Gustaf needs to do when Fernie Watt moves in across the street, and that's when the adventure really begins. So, The first one was really cool, adventures within the house, and this creature that keeps stealing their shadows. And again, these books are also full of lovely little illustrations in black and white throughout. And they kind of have a nice little creepy feel to them, so I really enjoyed those. Then I picked up a ARC copy of a book. I'm not too sure about this one. Haven't really heard anything about it. I think I saw one other booktuber haul it. I don't remember who that was, but made me decide to kind of go back and pick it up because I passed on it the first time. But it's called The Merciless by Danielle Vega. And it's just this, no dust jacket on or anything. On the back it says, "Forgive us, Father, for we have sinned." And according to the press release, it just says, "Being the new kid at school is hard enough, and Sofia Flores knows she shouldn't have gotten involved. When she befriended Riley, Grace, and Alexis, she admired them with their perfect hair, faith, and their good girl ways. But when Riley clashes with the school's bad girl, Brooklyn, she comes to a terrifying decision. Brooklyn is clearly possessed and must be exorcised. Now Riley and the girls are performing an exorcism on Brooklyn, but their idea of an exorcism is closer to torture than salvation. And all Sophia wants is to get out of this house, but there's no way out. Sophia can't go against the other girls unless she wants to be next. By the shockingly twisted end, readers will be faced with the most haunting question of all. Is there evil in all of us?" This goes on sale June 12th, and it is published by Razorbill. It's a division of Penguin Putnam, it seems. And it does say for mature audiences only, so I don't know what the final cover will be like, if it'll look like this. This one has decked edges and everything. Maybe it'll have a dust jacket on it or something. But yeah, I've read a couple of the first few pages, and you know, the rating seems pretty good. Kind of interesting concept, so I'll definitely be checking that one out. Then I picked up book 3 in the series I have yet to read. The other 2 are sitting over there on that bookshelf, but this is Monument 14, Savage Drift by Emmy Laybourne. I don't really know a whole lot about the series, because like I said, I haven't started reading it. Something about, I think, some kind of disaster or something happens, and these kids are stuck in like a shopping center and forced to fend for themselves. I don't know much more. Came with this Fierce Reads bookmark. I was just sort of tossed in there. But yeah, I thought I'd go ahead and just collect them all. They've got like these maps on the inside showing locations and things. Refugee camp. It's the same on the back. Oh, no, there's another one on the back. Got a map of the U.S. there. So apparently whatever it is pretty far-reaching. Danger, exposed typos inside. I don't know. But I hear really good things about it, so I'm looking forward to eventually reading it, and maybe I'll be able to marathon it, because they're all fairly skinny books, so yeah, there's that. Then I picked up book 3 in the partial sequence by Dan Wells. This is Ruins. Of course, last month I just finished reading Fragments, which is book 2. This says it's humanity's final hour of a final stand, and this is the final installment, which basically makes it a trilogy, so why they called it a sequence, I don't know. There's just partials, fragments, and ruins, and then isolation, which was a novella. But they don't usually count that to make it into anything other than a trilogy, so I don't know. Maybe just like the term sequence instead of trilogy. So looking forward to reading that and tying all that up. And then I picked up this one. It is a bonded leather classic illustration for kids, and this is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. I already have The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which I've read, and just enjoy these. They're really beautifully made. But I haven't opened this one up yet, and I'm curious to see what it looks like on the inside, so I'm going to go ahead and crack it open here for you. And we'll check it out, because they do have a lot of illustrations and stuff, and at least the Wizard of Oz one did, so let's see if this one does too. Okay, let's check out the fly leaves here. That's kind of nice. There's some flies in there. And, oh yeah, nice. Octopus there or something. And then they have like color illustration on there. Let's see. And they have these sort of like, I don't know if you can see it, it's like a silver gilt pages. That's it. Looks like there's just like color photos, or color illustrations rather. quite nice. They're just really, really lovely made books. On the back, it shows, well, it looks like that. And it says, "The Earth does not need new continent, it needs new men." Jules Verne, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, quotation. And there's a compass in the corner there. I think that's a sextant. Octopus, ship, sharks. And that's the spine. I can see that really. But yeah, then there's this little, like, I don't know if I'll be able to get it. There's a little inserted, like, bookmark there. There's a little, I don't know where it is. Oh, it's buried in here somewhere. Yeah, that little ribbon type bookmark is in there. So that's just like a nice little touch. But they're really nicely made. They have a whole series of these books, and just like the big leather bound ones they have, they look really nice sitting on your shelf, and you have a whole library full of them. But yeah, those are the only two I've decided on so far, but there's a couple other ones I have my eye on, so we'll see if I end up picking those up as well. So the next bunch is this here. These are all the graphic novels I picked up. The first one I got at a used bookshop, and it's part of the Y the Last Man series. This is Kimono Dragons number 8. Won't go into a whole big detail about this one. I finished reading number 6 in May, but I haven't been able to track down number 7. And it doesn't look like Barnes & Noble we're getting it back into stock for some reason. I don't know, so I'll have to order it from someplace. Probably through us, but anyway. Then I was going through the store, and I happened to come across this one, which I've actually already read as an ebook, advanced copy. And this is Coffin Hill by Caitlin Kittredge and Inaki Miranda. And I decided to pick up a finished copy of it. It was pretty cool, nice kind of creepy horror type graphic novel. A bit on the extremely gory side at sometimes, so it's definitely for adults. It's suggested for mature readers. There's some nudity in here as well. But overall, I mean, I really like the artwork and everything. Well, what I happened to notice when I was going through it, just kind of flipping through it to see how it compared to the ebook and everything, I noticed there was more to the ending. I thought it had a rather abrupt ending on my ebook copy, which I made a comment about. And then I noticed that there's this whole other part at the back of this one, so I had to like buy it just so I could at least read the ending of it. So it was pretty cool. I think I did a review on this one. You can go ahead and check it out. But yeah, I decided to pick up a finished copy. Then I picked up Volume 2 of Saga by Brian K. Vaughan, also the creator of Y the Last Man series. I was kind of okay with the first volume. I only gave it 3 stars, but I hear it gets better, so I decided to go ahead and pick up Volume 2, and we'll check that out. And then I also read The Sweet Tooth last month, so I decided to pick up Volume 2. This is In Captivity, and Volume 3, Animal Armies. This is a very interesting cover, paint by numbers. I'm not sure why they decided to do that. It's kind of weird. But, yeah, I love the first one of this one. This I gave 5 stars to, so I can't wait to delve into the next volume of this. And then I also picked up Volume 2 of The Unwritten. This is by Mike Carey, Peter Gross, and it is entitled Inside Man. This is about a man by the name of Tom Taylor. His father wrote a series of books, action-adventure type things, starring Tommy Taylor. So fans of the books think that Tom Taylor is like the living, breathing character from these books. And his father has disappeared, and now he's sort of on a search to try and find where his father is, and it brings him into the very real world of his father's fictitious books. A lot of strange things are in these books, and he's finding out they're not quite as fictitious as he was led to believe. Pretty nice artwork through it. I like the style and everything, and the colors. Again, not overly bright palette, kind of muted colors. Well, I think it was pretty much like that, not crazy. A lot of blues tones and stuff like that, and grays. But really like this one, so I think I gave the first volume 5 stars on that. And then I tried the next group are like new ones I haven't tried at all, but I've heard some good things about. And this is Chew by John Layman and Rob Gilroy. Volume 1, Taster's Choice, and also Volume 2, International Flavor. And yeah, this is kind of a strange one here. I'll read you the synopsis. This is Volume 1. It says, Tony Chu is a detective with a secret, a weird secret. Tony Chu is chibopathic, which means he gets psychic impressions from whatever he eats. It also means he's a hell of a detective as long as he doesn't mind nibbling on the corpse of a murder victim to figure out who done it and why. He's been brought on by the Special Crimes Division of the FDA, the most powerful law enforcement agency on the planet, to investigate their strangest, sickest, and most bizarre crimes. This is the first story arc of a sold-out, acclaimed, surprise hit comic to a twisted and darkly funny series about cops, cooks, cannibals, and clairvoyants. Yeah. I was a little turned off by the thought that he actually like nibbles on the dead people to find out maybe how they died, but I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I thought, well, okay, I'll hold the bile down and try and check out the series. But the artwork looks pretty cool. Don't want to show that. Yeah, a lot of earth tones and stuff. I like the look of the main character. Some pretty good action scenes and stuff. And let's see, doesn't say anything about. It is rated mature, so I kind of figured it might be. So yeah, there's that. And the last one is one I saw on another BookTuber's channel, whose name I cannot remember right now. He specializes in like comics and graphic novels. That's what his whole channel is really focused on. And I will put a link to him down below. Definitely check him out. He's a great booktuber. Just can't think of the name of the channel right now. And I do apologize. But he had this one and did a review on it. This is book 1 entitled Bedlam. Check out that cover. That alone drew me in. And this is by Nick Spencer, Riley Rossmo, and Fraser Irving. This is evil just doing something you are or something you do? Grade A comic book thriller. It says Fillmore Press was once Mad or Red, a homicidal maniac and criminal overlord who ruled the city of Bedlam. Now he's been cured of his mania and says he wants to help protect the place he once terrorized. But can he be trusted? Again, the artwork looked really cool on this. Ooh, that looks a little creepy. I think that's someone's brains. Yeah, I'm walking around with a suit like that. But yeah, I like the look of the artwork, and it just sounded like a cool concept, and absolutely love that cover. So I was really curious and piqued my interest, so I had to pick that one up. So that is my first half of my book haul, and I know a lot of people do this, so I will attempt the lift. Okay. That's why I'm splitting this into 2, because if I had to flip this with that, it'd be a disaster. But anyway, that is part 1 of my book haul. I hope you enjoyed it, and check back for part 2.